Another way I trim away the meat from the whisker roots, I have this little iris scissors. You can find these from some taxidermy suppliers. You can find them from sellers online. It's an iris scissors, I-R-I-S. What I like about it, sharp enough, it grabs hold of the meat, and you can really control the meat that's removed from between the whiskers. You can see I'm really individualizing the whisker roots now. By simply removing the heavy meat that surrounds them. Grabs it, it bites it, and it lets you pull it away. See how much better they look now. And you can actually feel if it's squeezing the meat or the whisker root. If it feels like it's squeezing the whisker root, you back off. If it's squeezing the meat, it's simply squishing it in between the blades of the scissors. You'll develop a feel for this after a while. May not come to you right away. You may end up snipping some whisker roots and losing some whiskers and saying, "Damn you, Bellucci! What have you done to me? What have you told me to do?" I'm only telling you what I've learned through years of practical experience. This is what works for me. Something else might work for you. This works for me. Oop. You want to be careful. I just cut the tip of a whisker root. Hey, shit happens. Happens to me, it'll happen to you. What I also did with this little scissors, I went ahead and I trimmed some of the heavier cartilage of the nose away. But here, now we've got nice trimmed down whisker roots. And even more will be done after it comes back from the tannery, like I said. Once the skin is really toughened up, it'll be a marvel to work with. It essentially pinches the meat and lets you draw it away from the skin. That's one side pretty much set for the tannery. I need to get some of this heavier meat off the side of the face here, and I'm going to scrape that away. I'm going to scrape this away. You know, right down to the skin now. See that coming away. Let me use a paring knife for that, shall we? Yes, let's. Where's my other curved blade? Here we go. Got a better curved blade. I jump all over the place. I don't stay on one thing too long. I like to move it around. The other thing I need to do too, I need to turn the ears yet. So I have to turn the ears, which I'm approaching at this point. So, remove some more of the facial meat, separate some more of the whisker roots, and we'll turn the ears on camera. I start the ear turning by shaving away as much extraneous meat tissue that is not needed. So I shave away a lot, like so, and I trim it away. I use the scissors, bring your scissors in, trim it away, just so it doesn't interfere with turning the ears. Being careful, real careful, not to cut the ear cartilage. Then you turn the ears like you do on any other mammal. You go along, cut the connective tissues. There we go, like so. As small as the ears look from the outside, they're pretty big. They have good size ear. Okay. And you simply keep going until the ear is turned, fully turned. There are no real ear openers for small mammals like this. You simply have to keep turning the ear skin, cutting away all of the connective tissue. That's the only way to do it. The only way to fly. And you have to be aware of where all the parts are as well. Otherwise, it's very easy to cut through the skin. Like so. A lot of twisting and turning. If you cut the ear skin, you will twist and shout. I know I do. That's why I try not to cut the ear skin. Okay, here's the ear right here. Okay, we're going to keep going around until we get it fully turned. And we got a little bit of freezer burn on the ear tips. Big surprise. I may pack these with wet cotton again. Well, I didn't do it before. I may pack these with wet cotton and put it in the fridge overnight so I can turn these ears without a lot of difficulty. Not real big on difficulty if I can avoid it. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to stop on these ears for now and put some treated cotton on the ear skins from the outside. Alright, I'll go along and continue. I'll shave the chin area. Again, being aware of all of the vibrissae. They are all around the face. They are everywhere. They are everywhere. All right. Let's get the scissors. Yep. We have a feline visitor out there calling. He just wants attention. He loves the attention I give him. Papa John is friend to all the animals, even the cats. I'm just going to continue on shaving the meat off the face and off the lip skins. And I think I'm going to just work on the opposite side of the face the whisker roots, the eyelids. I'm going to have to pack wet cotton around both ears and put this in the fridge overnight to soften them up. That's the way it's going to have to be. Okay, it seems the opposite ear was not as freezer burned as the one side. Now the one side where the ear was freezer burned real bad was the side of the insertion of the CITES tag, and that side of the animal in the freezer was facing up. Okay, so the only thing I can figure is that with it facing up like it was, it allowed the cold air to make contact with it a lot more and a lot harsher than the ear that was curled up within the bundle that this otter was in. It was curled up in a bundle. Now, there's just a couple of little slices to go. But I am pretty satisfied with the way this ear is turned. As far as I'm concerned, this is ready for the salt rack. Let me turn it right side out here. And hopefully, here, let me use this little dowel in the ear to show what we've got. It shows through. All right, here's the ear right here. Okay, there's the ear right there. Okay, and it's been turned very close to the edge. You can see where it's not quite to the edge. But again, that will be continued. I will continue to turn that as far as I can without cutting it after it returns from the tannery. But this is a fully turned ear right here on the river otter. The other one, I wrapped wet cotton around the outside of the ear. Is it still there or did it fall off? As soon as I find the ear, I can let you know. Here it is. Okay, and it did fall off. Oh well. All right, but there's the other ear, and this is the ear, the side of the CITES tag. So, you know, that little bit of time that the cotton was on there, I believe, was enough time for it to actually hydrate just a bit more. Oh yeah, it's turning. Oh, gotta be careful. Here we go. All right, I'm going to have to repack cotton on that one. It's still very dry. The tip is very dry. I want to get it to this phase here. I need to make sure it's plenty hydrated. So I have the roll cotton out now. Take some of the roll cotton, spray it down, saturate it, both sides, so that it's saturated through and through. Now I wrap this around the ear, and hopefully it'll hold in place. Turn that back inside, push it up on itself, and I'm going to put a little bit of cotton on the inside of the ear as well. It's going to get real well saturated. It's going to go in the refrigerator overnight, so everything should be fine as far as maintaining itself and not, drying out or going bad or anything like that. I'm going to pop this around like so. Make sure that there's plenty of, I'm going to get roll cotton. The cotton balls are not enough. I get a strip of roll cotton here. I'm going to encompass the entire muzzle on the inside. So it's a little dry, and it's a little dry from being out so long doing the video. So I'm going to lay this completely on the inside here, like so. Further wet it down. I want it saturated. I want it soaking. I want it dripping with this solution. Then turn it under so that the nose pad is in contact with it as well. I've got the ears turned as far as I want to turn them. The very edge is still to be done, and that'll be done after it comes back from the tannery. Right now I've got it over a flushing ball. This is from Joe Combs. Let me wash this off a little bit and wipe this down. I will be washing off the otter's face because he has a lot of blood on his face, and I do want to clean him up before I salt him. But what I've got now is, like I say, he's over this ball here, okay, and I pull the face over the ball, and I go to the ears, and I'm going to work away the heavy meat from the ear bases forward. This little round ball is great for beaming small animals, faces especially. You just have to work carefully. If you come across one of the little bumps, which are a hair root for a feeler hair, you want to be careful. Alright. Eyelids have all been split. I just keep putting a fine edge on my knife. Let's see. Go around here. I'm going to go all around the ears. So. You can also use a curved knife. You get a good enough edge on it. You can use a curved knife, and a curved knife works really, really good over this round ball. See that? How nice that goes. And I continue on with this until the entire face is cleaned of all the excess tissue and muscle. Like so. I have a piece of paper towel that I put the little pieces of meat onto. This way I can just roll it up and dispose of it when it's done. Okay. The tail. Remember the tail? All nice and really rehydrated beautifully. The rear feet, beautifully rehydrated. I mean, look at this. This is ridiculously stretchy. I'll be able to turn the toes inside out and flesh them as well. This is the heavy meat from the face, around the ears, rather around the eyes. I'm going to pare this away, being aware of the hair roots. I don't want to cut any of the hair roots. This was the driest of the ears, and you can see it's been turned pretty much to the edge. Again, the rest of it will be turned after it comes back from the tannery, and the skin has been toughening up from the tanning process. You can use a scalpel, especially when the blade has been dulled a little bit. It makes a good knife for paring away the meat. I don't normally use a scalpel blade, but I'm showing you that you can use it because there are folks out there who prefer a scalpel blade. Okay, I do prefer my paring knives. Like so. Where's my old one? Sometimes this old little racked up little guy here does a better job. Oh, it seems to hold a better edge. It's been ground down ridiculously. But like here, you see the heavy meat around the base of the ear? This can be taken away very easily. This is some of the important things to do in preparation for salting. The body will be beamed on my fleshing beam. I use a Dexter knife. It's a big curved knife. I don't use a currier's knife. I never really got comfortable using one of those double-handled knives. But I use this ball all around the face. Again, I'll switch off to my curved edge paring knife. Let's get this here. Like so. Sometimes the tissue just lets you pull it away, and you can just take it all away like this. Ugh. A big old snotty piece of snotty tissues. Snotty tissues. Very clever, John. Okay. Hold on here. Let's get this parrot away from the skin here. Most thing you want to be careful of is not to cut a hole in the skin. If you can at all avoid it. For somebody like myself, I'm what's called heavy. I have a heavy hand. I'm heavy-handed. So it's imperative for me to use a lighter touch when I'm shaving a skin. Now here I'm going to use the scalpel around near the eyes. I need a small blade for around those areas, so I'm using my scalpel blade, which again is rather dull. It really won't be slicing at this point. It's good for, especially around these whisker roots now and the lips. It'll be good for using the blade, the side of the blade, like so. Like so. See? Nice. Nice. What you want to get this heavier meat down. You don't need to get it all off. I want to try and get most of it away. Say, if I was going to tan this myself, I would go ahead and remove everything. But being that my tanner likes a little bit of meat left on the skin, it allows the round knife to catch the meat instead of the skin. Then I go by what he wants. Makes it easier for him to give me back a well-shaved skin. I'd be a fool not to do what I need to do according to his instructions for him to do a better job for me. Yeah, makes sense to me. Okay, now this is over the top of the eye, and again, feeler hairs, hair roots. Now at the front of the eyes, we're going to take it down to the skin, like so. How nice that looks. Now I'm going to a little bit here and trim away with the little scissors. Trim that meat away. And I'm going to continue until this is completely done. There we go. Now that's good around the eyes right there. That's all you need, really. Okay. Here, let's get this up here like so. Open up the nose on here. And we can also put the ceramic cone up through the nostrils. We can try. There we go. Just got to find the nostril opening. Now, by stretching the cone over here like so, by stretching the cone in the nostrils, okay, this then allows me, oh, this meat sticks to everything, all the tools. It allows me to further get into the details around the nostrils. And I can open that real well. Like so. Now, going to examine the nostrils from the outside, see what I need to do. All right. I'm going to trim some of this nostril skin away. Like so. I want to get this cartilage off of here. I want to get it pared down as much as possible. Okay. I get in there with my gloved hand and I can feel a little more. Here's the nostril wing. Let's see how well you can see that here. Here's the nostril wing in here. Okay, right in there. So I want to work on that until I can get down and get that exposed. I don't want to slice it in half. I just want to expose it a little more. The rest of it will be done after it comes back from the tannery when the skin is really toughened up. Now this is just some cotton from where it was wrapped. But yeah, I want to just trim this back a little bit. Some of this nose cartilage. Like so. Yeah. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good right there. All right. Okay, I'm going to continue removing the flesh like you saw a little earlier in the video. And when next we meet, I'll have this on the beam. The skin will be on the beam, and I'll be removing the whatever meat and fat is on here with my Dexter skinning knife. Okay, just a little aside here. I have gone and been able to pull and slice out and twist out the toe bones on the front paws that were not able to be taken out during the initial skinning process. Okay, just to let you know, I've been able to remove 4 toe bones from the one paw. They were so dry I could not do it before, but they've been removed, and this is definitely a good thing to be able to get those toe bones out of there. I think I'm right down to the claws now, so I'm real happy with this result. Onward. And here's what I do. I reach into the toe, grab the bone, okay? Then I simply start carving around it with the tip of the scalpel. It's a dull scalpel, and I do it without cutting the skin. Then I twist the bone out of there. What I do is I get in here with the tip of the scalpel blade, just jiggle it around and dig in there till I cut the tendons. Then I start twisting, hold on to the foot, and twist the toe bone. And then it comes out. That's how I can get out the toe bones that were freezer dried in the toes. The claws are still there. That's the last phalange of all the phalanges. That's the last phalange. Well, the second phalange actually. The first phalange is the joint that carries the claw. So I've got all this nice little collection of toe bones now. See, these are all the toe bones. They look like little teeth, I know, but you can see how white the structure around them is. That's the dried tendons and meat within the toe skin still. Now that these are out, when they go through the tanning process and the pickling and tanning process, they're going to be wonderful. The toes are going to be beautiful. Now in the back feet, there you go. You can feel there's no toe bone here, no toe bone here, no toe bone here. There's just, you know, the joint that holds the claw. All right, no toe bone here. No, there is a toe bone here. You can actually feel it and you can see it. Let me get a focus here. You can see the toe bone. Because here's the end that holds the claw with the pad, and right here there's a bone. So I will revert that. I checked the other side, and there are no toe bones in this foot skin at all. And if you recall, when it was being skinned, I said, okay, I messed up. There was one left in here. I'm going to get it out. And the way you can get it reverted or inverted back inside out is to go along and grab the skin with the tweezers and just pull up on it as you go. Okay, here it comes. This is the gristly toe pad here. Turn it all inside out. Here we go. Like so. Now I'm gonna go up from in the fur side with my finger. I'm going to push against the toes until I can get that toe that has the bone in it exposed. And I think that's on this side here. You just work it until the bones come out. Remembering that it was a side toe. There's a small one here, the toe's in the middle. That's the base of the claw right there, that base of the claw joint. You reach in with your hemostat, grab hold. Aha! And here you can see there's a toe bone coming out. Grab hold, pull and work it out. Click this down nice and tight on the bone. Now I simply work around it with the scalpel. Let me bend this a little bit. Here we go. I bend this and I expose the tension on the skin. Get in here. Slice those tendons. Okay. Now here you can see the tendon is the tension in the skin. That's the dry. That's the skin that's still a little dry, but it's enough to be able to cut it. Dig in the base of the joint with the tip of the scalpel. When you dig in, grab hold of the foot, hold on tight because it's a little greasy. Hold tight and then start turning the bone. It has been basically, essentially torn loose. Now cut that. Cut it free. The toe bone is now out of that foot. Okay. There we go. That's a rear toe. That was the only one. That was the only one that had a toe bone in it. So now it's exposed. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the dowel, put it up into the leg skin, all the way up into the hind foot. Now let's get the little smaller one. I don't want to blow the skin up. Like so. Here we go. Now, with this in place, I can lightly flush the pads of the toes. Of the feet, rather. The feet. Have big pads, big thick pads on the hind feet. And we can cut them away, we can shave them away.
37-year-old Salvadoran President-elect Bukele ran on an anti-corruption platform. He recently criticized the governments of Honduras and Nicaragua, saying, quote, "There's no difference between dictators of the left and of the right." Last week, Bukele zeroed in on the conservative
like so.
saying, quote,
And we'll take my big scissor here.
He pointed out that his brother has been charged with drug crime.
And we'll trim this away with the scissors.
Has denied any criminal connection. Meanwhile, President
Be careful not to pinch the skin and cut through the skin.
making a deal with Salvador again when he was then Salvador's mayor, something Bukele has denied. For NPR News,
We simply want to pare this down, trim this down.
the capital Tripoli, clashing with forces supporting the internationally recognized government.
Okay.
BBC's Rana Jawad reports. The Libyan Air Force that is not
This, too, can be done after getting the skin returned from the tannery. The salt will dry this out. It will dry this out. Okay. There we go. That's one. We need to turn the other foot inside out because it needs to be shaved and salted as well. Put my foot down, my finger rather than my foot. Put my finger down into the foot. Grab the toes together. Start pulling my finger out as I'm pushing up on the foot skin. Then reach into the pocket formed. And we simply bring the inside of the foot out. We extricate the foot. We bring the inside of the foot to the outside. Ta-da! Like so. All right. Again, put the smaller of the two dowels up into the foot. Push up as much as we possibly can. And we simply, again, start shaving the foot skin.
Former Senator Ernest Hollings has died. The South Carolina Democrat served 6 full terms in the U.S. Senate and sought the Democratic presidential nomination in 1984. He was 97. I'm Barbara Klein, NPR News.
All right, there we go.
Comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include the Wallace Foundation.
Want to be sure not to go through the skin. You just want to take down the layer of the foot pad. All right.
And the listeners who support this NPR station.
From WNYC in New York, this is Homer Media.
And again, get the scissors. Trim away the stuff that we just lifted with the knife. Like so. That's all we need to do. Salt will draw out the moisture. Time to put this bad boy on the flushing beam and remove the heaviest flesh and fat that remains on the skin.